A family who lost a loved one in the 2018 Waffle House mass shooting find themselves victims to gun violence once again.
Abede Dasilva was at the Waffle House with his brother Akila when Akila was shot and killed. 5 years later, Abede was shot in the head. Good evening, I'm Carrie Sharp.
I'm Rory Johnston. Thankfully, Abede is home and recovering, but his family just can't believe gun violence has impacted them twice. They tell News Channel 5's Kelsey Gibbs this is why they've been advocating to end gun violence.
It took me back to 5 years ago when I lost my son Akila in the Waffle House mass shooting.
What Shondell Brooks is going through can only be summed up in a few words.
Drained, frustrated, disbelief. Gosh, it's hard to find the words to describe what's going on in my head and my heart, and I definitely know it's painful.
This mother understands the pain of losing a child. Her son, Akila Dasilva, was one of the 4 victims in the 2018 Waffle House mass shooting. She says both of her sons were inside the restaurant that dreadful day. Abede Dasilva held Akila until he took his last breath. Now gun violence has struck this family again.
It's a mom's, a parent. It's your worst nightmare. And then for it to happen a second time.
I just want people to
Brooks says Abede was performing here at this nightclub on June 10th. Witnesses told police they heard gunshots from across the street and realized Abede was shot in his head.
He sat there, held his brother as Akila just slipped away. And that's traumatizing as it is. He was trying to live with that.
Abede is recovering at home from the gunshot wound. Brooks says since 2018, the family has been on a mission in helping end gun violence. She can't believe this would happen to her family a second time.
It took me back physically, mentally, and emotionally. It took me to the hospital where he was when he passed, the ER. I haven't been there in 5 years.
Brooks says originally she didn't want to speak about this, but knew it was important to share her son's story.
I want people to know that this can happen. It can happen to you. I never thought it would happen to me a second time. I didn't think it was going to happen the first time.
She's again calling on lawmakers to do something to prevent more tragedies like this from happening. In Nashville, Kelsey Gibbs, News Channel 5.
Can't imagine getting that phone call again. Police have no suspects and no arrest in this shooting. The family has set up a GoFundMe to help Dasilva with medical expenses. And out of this tragedy, Abede and Akila Dasilva's family is working to make this community better for others. After Akila's death, the family started the Akila Dasilva Foundation, which works to prevent violence through both education and awareness. Last year, the group organized a walk, and the money raised went towards scholarships for students impacted by gun violence.